Tomorrow night we have Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze, Fight Night Vegas 104. I'm going to go over my picks for the card, full card, predictions, ways I see fights going. Regardless of how awful this card is, we got to do it. Clearly, I have been putting this off. I've made 2 videos since then, and this card just sucks, man. It's really bad. So, let's get into it, I guess. Like, this won't be the most heavily edited video or anything. I'm doing this for my credibility because I want to do every card. That's just what I signed up for. First up, Eunice Dubin versus Carly Judas. I'm going to go with Eunice Dubin. I think that she is actually a competent female fighter. Neither of these fighters, like, she's 6-0 and Judas is like 3-2 or something. That doesn't show a lot to me. You know, there's not a lot you can go off of. Eunice Dubin she sits down on her punches a lot. There's not a lot of power behind it, but she sits down on them. It seems like she knows what she's actually doing, whereas Carly Judas is kind of just a newbie to the sport. And if you look at the people that she's fought, she's on a 2-fight skid, and she can't really beat anybody that seems to be competent. So I'm going to take Eunice Dubin by 30-27 decision is what I'm going to say. So, yeah, on up the card, I guess. Josiane Nunez versus Priscilla Cochera. I'm going to go with Josiane Nunez. I think that Cochera's just taken so much punishment in her career that it's just going to catch up, man. It's just going to catch up. She only has 6 losses. She's 12-6, but like in those 6 losses, if you look at them, a lot of them are just brutally just her getting the absolute shit kicked out of her. Jasmine Dasdavicius just mauled her. Miranda Maverick mauled her. Jillian Roberts put her away and around. Molly McCann beat her. Like, really? We're losing to Molly McCann? I understand that was at the beginning of her, Molly McCann's kind of rise or whatever. But, like, she lost to Shevchenko before that, and then you give her Molly McCann and she still gets hosed by UD. It's like... And my rule, a lot of people don't like this because, you know, it's like... sounds misogynistic or whatever. I don't know. But pick whoever looks more like a dude. That's it. In that work. A lot of the time. Josiane Nunez, she's a really good fighter. But yeah, no, not really. But we'll take Josiane Nunez by 29-28 split decision. Andre Lima versus Daniel Perez. Andre Lima is really good. Maybe not really good, because I don't know. Yeah, he's undefeated, obviously. He's solid. Immediately been thrown into the fire ever since he got to the UFC. He fought Igor Severino, who was another undefeated prospect, and then he went and fought... was it Felipe Santos after that? No. He fought Mitroposo, and then he went and fought Felipe dos Santos. And he's undefeated. He's beaten all these guys. So, and Felipe dos Santos is no joke. You know, Felipe dos Santos is going to be fighting Loner Kavanaugh soon. And he won by, I'm going to look, I think it was unanimous decision. Yeah, it was. It was unanimous decision. That's very impressive. He's very well-rounded as well, which I think holds a lot of value. And Daniel Perez, if you look at I'm going to look at his recent fights. He hasn't fought anywhere near the same amount of competition as Andre Lima has. And from a technical standpoint, I don't think he's I don't think he's like nearly as fast as Andre Lima is. I just don't see it. I just don't see a way that he's going to be able to get this done. I don't see it. I'm going to go with Andre Lima. I just don't hold any of the wins that Daniel Perez has to much value. And he's older. Yeah, we'll go Andre Lima We'll take him by unanimous decision. 29-28. Next up, Stephanie Luciano versus Sam Hughes. I'm going to take Stephanie Luciano. I don't think that Sam Hughes is very good. I think she's terrible. She's been in the UFC for a long time. She's 4-5 in the UFC. That should tell you everything you need to know. Yeah, if you look at her UFC career, loss, win, loss, win, loss. At what point do we say that she's not good? She's not good. Not to say that Stephanie Luciano is. We saw that, the grappling was a little bit of trouble on the Contender Series and whatnot. But Stephanie Luciano's 25 too. So she has potential. She looked pretty good on the Contender Series. And minus the lazy eye, she's cute. So this card sucks. On up the card. Next up, we have Carlos Vera versus Josias Musasa. Good f***ing Lord, man. Carlos Vera's super, super old. Why is he still in the UFC? He's not good. He got worked by... I guess he did. His last loss was to Rinya Nakamura, but look at the people he's beaten, no one's good. Even in the other promotions, when he fought at Fury or the LFA, none of these wins are good. Musasa's undefeated. He's dynamic. He's very dynamic. He'll throw something at you that you have no idea where the hell he pulled it from, or he'll pull out a flying knee, or from what I remember when he fought on the Contender Series, it was a very close fight. I can't remember if it was a split decision or a unanimous decision. Musasa's a very physically imposing guy, I think, for at least in this matchup. I'm going to take Musasa by early finish. Pretty much however he wants. Probably by TKO. I don't see a way. What's the win condition here for Carlos Vera? Nothing. There's no, what would he be able to do? Edge out a decision? No, that's not going to happen. So, he's 40, bro. I'll take Musasa by second round knockout. Up the card, we've got Su Young Yu versus AJ Cunningham. This fight, I'm pretty sure, did I write down the odds for this? Almost a 7-1 favorite for Su Young, oh Jesus, I'm butchering this. Su Young Yu, which seems crazy to me. I don't know why. Because I remember did I break down this fight? I think I did. When he fought that Bayer Gang Gialisi, or whatever, however you say it. I broke this fight down. I don't remember who I picked. I think I picked Su Young Yu. He basically just won by UD, pretty. Oh man, it was kind of close, but he got the UD on. I don't think Su Young Yu's that good. Not to say that AJ Cunningham's better, but I'm gonna go with the favorite. Man, AJ Cunningham's not bad. He seems to be a 50-50 guy, just back and forth, win loss. Ugh, yuck. This is gross. I'm gonna take Yu Sung Yu, or I don't know. Sung Young Woo. Yeah. I'll take the favorite, I guess. I'm actually not crazy confident in this. This could go to AJ Cunningham. I wouldn't be surprised if he weathered the storm and pulled out a 29-28 split decision. I am going to take Yu Su Young. I'm butchering this every single time I say it. I'll take him by unanimous decision. Either that or early finish. I don't think there's going to be anything in between that. On up the card, we've got Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Ryan Spann. I broke down a fight. I don't remember if it was last week or the week before. It was Sam Patterson, and he was an underdog. He was a 2 or 3-1 underdog. And I took Sam Patterson, and I said, he's a lightweight. He's moving up to welterweight. The lower the weight class that you go, the bigger the skill gap gets, is what I was trying to say in that. And I was right. Sam Patterson put away Danny Barlow. He put him away in the first round. I said he would choke him out, but I said that the skill gap was going to be too much and Danny Barlow was going to get put away. I was right. I see the same thing here. Even though Ryan Spann seems to be he's not very dedicated, it seems. Now that he's at heavyweight, he kind of just looks fatter. I just think that the state of heavyweight is so bad when you get outside of the top 10 that they're all just fat guys. And I think that Ryan Spann's speed, and he's already a powerful dude. If you're putting on more weight, he's going to be all the more powerful. If Waldo Cortez Acosta does not get takedowns in the early portion of this fight, it's a wrap. I think Ryan Spann's going to be able to stay on the outside edge, find a counter shot, possibly sleep Waldo. But I'm going to take Ryan Spann by 29-28 decision. I just think that the skill gap's too much, and he's jumping up, and he put on a substantial amount of weight. I'll take the underdog. I didn't even realize he was an underdog. Yeah, I'll take the underdog. Next up, Seungwoo Choi versus Kevin Vallejos. This This is one of the more confident locks I've had. Kevin Vallejos is going to sleep Choi in the first round. I've been looking forward to this debut for a really long time. For people who don't know, a lot of people kind of just stick around the UFC and watch the UFC. They don't really watch any regional stuff or highlights or actual fights or anything. They'll just stick around the UFC, and once a guy pops up and he has a good debut, then they hop on the train or whatever. Like, for just recency bias or whatever, Gene Silva. You guys remember Gene Silva? Gene Silva fought Kevin Vallejos on the Contender Series, and Kevin Vallejos took him to a 29-28 decision. He lost to Gene Silva. He won a round on Gene Silva, and it was like kind of close. It was like a decently close fight. Kevin Vallejos is nasty. I see him being in the top 10 in the next couple years, maybe. I'll give him 2 years. 2 years, he'll be in the top 15, top 10. I think he's that good. Seung-Woo Choi's chin is awful. He gets wobbled all the time. And I think, doesn't his record blow? He's 11-7. He gets wobbled all the time. All the time. He's 4-6 in the UFC. He's coming off a TKO in the first round from Steve Garcia. I think this is a layup. I think this is an absolute layup for Kevin Vallejos. He rolls with shots well. He knows when he's going to get hit, when he's not going to get hit. I understand he's shorter, and people are going to have a hard time seeing like, oh, but he's the small guy. How's he going to close the distance? Trust me. He's going to put Choi away in the first 2 rounds. It should be a finish. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Kevin Vallejos is nasty. He's one of my favorite prospects. There's guys that came up on the regional scene that I had my eye on, like Loner Kavanaugh was another one that I mentioned earlier. Kevin Vallejos is another one. This fight is one of like the 2 or 3 fights on this entire card that I'm actually looking forward to. Originally I had it as a 10 out of 10 on the confidence. We're going 9 out of 10 though. Kevin Vallejos, he's going to get a finish. Up the card, DR Nerguje versus Brenson Ribeiro. What are the odds? Nerguje is minus 250. I see that. That makes sense. He's an Eagle FC guy. If you guys don't know what the Eagle FC is, it's the promotion that Habib ran, which unexpectedly shut down. So weird because Habib's like perfect. I don't know why he would ever, that's so weird to me that his promotion just went under and he owed the government millions and millions of dollars. I don't know how that happens because Habib's awesome, right, guys? Anyways, he's an Eagle FC guy. He's undefeated. I think he missed weight, actually. Did I see that right? When I was watching the weigh-ins, was he the one who missed weight? He missed weight. He was 5 pounds over. That always, by the way, from what I've seen as of recent, that always benefits the person who weighs in over. Like 8 times out of 10. Yeah, I'm going DR Nerguje. I'll take him by TKO. Did Dana say that he was going to cut him? Dana White has been told by fans that he must cut DR. Okay. Faulty article. Sorry. I knew I read something about that, but anyways, we're going to take Nerguje by late round finish. I think the experience is just going to play a factor. He's undefeated. He's on a roll. From Kazakhstan as of recent, that's good for you. Like those guys seem to just be on a roll. There's something in the air. So Ribeiro cuts a lot of weight, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's going to do well for him, especially with a guy that has a lot of power in his hands. We'll take the Kazakhstan Nerguje by late finish. Next up, Damon Blackshear versus Cody Gibson. I'm taking Damon Blackshear. He just got put out very quickly. I think he got put out pretty quick in his last fight by Montel Jackson, was it? Yeah, 18 seconds. I knew it was quick. But then he came back and beat Cody Stamann and he subbed him in 1 round. So clearly it didn't have that much of an effect on him. I think Damon Blackshear is actually really, really, really good. Cody Gibson doesn't have finishing potential. He reminds me a lot of like an Alex Morono. Like he's just not... Like he's game to fight. He'll be in there like throwing shots, eating shots, but the incapability to finish the fight is what turns me off to it. I'm like, especially against a guy who does have finishing potential in Damon Blackshear. I'll take the favorite here. Next up, we've got Alex Hernandez versus Kurt Holobaugh. Kurt Holobaugh's like 104 years old, so How old is he? He's 38. Okay. I'm gonna take Alex Hernandez. He's good at lightweight. At 45, he's not good. He cuts too much weight. He gets rocked too easy. He gasses out at 45 a lot too. He's good at 55. The athleticism, I think, is just going to be too much for Kurt Hollabaugh to get around. Minus 205 favorite. That makes a lot of sense. So I'll take Alexander Hernandez. Speaking of him, by the way, remember when he fought Donald Cerrone and everyone thought that he was going to win? That was funny. Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos versus Chidi Njokuani. I'm going to go... Oh, man, I really want to go with an underdog. Oh, this isn't good. I want to go with an underdog. It's not a big underdog. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to take an underdog. I'm taking Njokuani. I think Elizeu is just... He's a decision machine, and he has been getting the nod as of recent. This is the co-main event, by the way, which just speaks volumes to how awful this card is. Yeah, if you look at the losses, he's a decision machine, dude. I understand people are going to look at me like I'm psychotic because his last fight wasn't. But when there's a dude who's physically imposing and way bigger than him, like almost a half a foot longer, more powerful, I don't think he's going to do well with that. Especially when he lost to Randy Brown and it was very much like that. He couldn't get to him. There's not a lot of finishing potential. He's old. He's older. I understand Njokuani's not much less older, but he's 38 now, and he took a draw recently to Renat Fakretnov, and he got fraud checked by Carlos Leal. God damn it, I'm taking an underdog. I don't care, man. I'm taking an underdog. I'll take Chidi Njokuani I'll take him by unanimous decision. I'll take him by a 29-28 decision. A lot of decisions on this card, I know, because the skill level on it's not very good. But next up, we've got Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze. Shit. I hate this fight so much. I don't know who to pick. God damn it. Their first fight was close, dude. It wasn't something where you're like, oh, what or who? It wasn't like Marvin clearly beat him. It was kind of close. And then if you look after that on Marvin's where his career went, he went and got fucked up by Jared Cannonier. Took a beating. But then again, what's Dolidze's win condition? He's not going to sleep him. Marvin has the best chin I've ever seen by anybody ever. I don't see him I'm going to take Marvin Vettori by split decision, I think. I'm going to take Marvin Vettori by split decision. That's how I see it going. Who was Dolidze's last fight? I think I saw this. Did I see this live? Yes. Kevin Holland. I was there for this event. I was there for UFC 307 when Kevin Holland broke his ribs and then came back 2 months later. That wasn't impressive to me. I don't think Kevin Holland's good anymore. I think he sucks. 45-70s or whatever it is on the brain too much. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the Jackson podcast. One of the best podcasts out right now. Yeah, I'll take Marvin Vettori by split decision, man. Dolidze couldn't even put away Anthony Smith, dude. We'll go with Marvin Vettori. I'm not confident in this at all, by the way. Who cares, man? This card sucks. Stay tuned. We've got a lot of good cards coming up, so appreciate you guys. Per usual, click a few buttons down there, like and subscribe. 98% of you aren't. Come on, help me out. Like, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. See you guys in the next one.